Alrighty, what is good, guys? What is good? Already recorded this video. It had zero audio, so that's why the charts are already marked up. But again, we caught a nice move to the downside, right around 130 pips, 125 pips, depending on where you caught that entry with us. But again, price mops right up to the top side. In my overall opinion, there's more negative news going throughout the U.S. than positive news. So that kind of coincides and adds confluence to me, looking for the short side, kind of anticipating a move, letting the market kind of create that overall idea, and going with the overall volume and the flow of the market and anticipating that move, letting the market create that move, present itself, and then executing off that, right? In my opinion, I couldn't have predicted this move to the top side. I had much more confluence to target that move to the bottom side, hence why we've been catching nothing but sells all across the board due to, one, the economy, two, COVID cases rising, the Delta surge, cases in state to states surging, and then you have restrictions and all that kind of going on to add a little bit more confluence and the overall idea to this bottom side. I think the move to the bottom side has a little bit more room to grow than to the top side. So again, adding a little more confluence to the overall idea that as to why I'm looking more for the sells than I am the buys, right? Nonetheless, price pulls right back up into our range. We've executed on this range a handful of times, secured really good profits in this overall range. And I think a couple ideas we'll be looking for going into whether you're going to trade London session tonight or going into tomorrow's New York session, right? I think a potential swing trade overnight if we break back below this overall support structure in this general area to target the move down to this bottom support. We've seen this play out many a times. We have previous market structure to back it up. We've got lack of bullish momentum as soon as we get to this overall area. And then we have a clean key level of resistance, whether it's on the high time frame or the lower time frame, to break and retest this bottom level, right? If we see that move play out and we see price kind of get stuck within this range like we saw kind of going in today's session, anticipating that move exactly how we called it to the bottom side one more time. For whatever reason, we see this move to the top side play out. I think what we would be looking for is hourly support to kind of hold and break above this overall structure, right? Show us we're going to run bullish. Show us we're going to hold this support to the top side and actually break above and hold it to maybe potentially catch that move to the top side going into tomorrow's session. If we see this move play out, potentially, we'll switch the bias and look for buys. But until then, I am trading bearish. I am looking at more sells than I am buys. I think the room to grow, I think the move to catch has a little bit more confluence and market structure kind of presenting itself to the bottom side. Again, just wanted to reiterate those points as to why some people might be wondering why I'm looking for sells and not solely looking for whatever the market kind of creates. Again, we are going with the flow of the market. We are going with however the market moves, and we are reacting off that. But adding that confluence, adding some outside influence to the overall idea and the overall position of the day, it points to the bottom side for me. So again, it's why you see these setups and why you see me taking more sells than I am anticipating buys. But I think all three of these have some good confluence behind them. They got previous market structure to back them up. They've got the lack of bullish momentum to the top side overall across the board. And we've executed on this exact move a couple times. So adding all that together, I think all three of these setups have some good value behind it. Again, the reason I'm looking for one of these hourlies to break above and hold this support above this zone is because we're yet to see that to the top side. We've seen wicks wick up 15 pips above, 20 pips, 30 pips above this zone. We've never closed above and held this support, right? We've closed above, but not to the top side. We've closed above barely and then pulled right back down. So again, to the top side, I'm looking for price on this hourly to break above, hold support in this general area above this structure to continue up. I think this move will potentially play out throughout Asian session and possibly into London session to retest this bottom support we've been trading in for a while. Again, executing this zone a lot, so we've got good confidence. We know how price moves in this zone. We know how price reacts to certain levels in this zone. So again, should be a good session tomorrow, clean session. And we're going to go in with an idea, let the market kind of set that opportunity up for us and go with the overall momentum and flow of the market. Patience, executing with our plan, adding confluence to overall plan, using previous market structure, and trusting our levels and zones within the market is the recipe and key to success, especially during these slower moving months during the summer. Again, been on a really good win streak, some really good moves. Nothing crazy, but clean moves, consistent moves, and all that adds up in the long run. So looking forward to going live tomorrow morning and catch another win going into tomorrow. Let's get